GoPro was a brand that was once synonymous with adventure and action. It offered a product that helped you to capture your most thrilling moments, whether you were surfing or skydiving or even exploring underwater worlds, and it all was with a compact and rugged camera. But within the span of a decade, a category defining company that had once seemed to be on its way to becoming the next Uber or Airbnb took a nosedive into becoming nearly obsolete. In today's video, I'll explore how GoPro became a household name, the decisions that led to its downfall, and its efforts to revive itself today. The story of GoPro begins with Nick Woodman in the 1990s. Woodman had desperately wanted to be an entrepreneur before he turned 30, and his first venture, EmpowerAll.com, was an online electronics retailer that didn't really gain any traction. Not one to give up so easily, he then tried once again with his second venture titled Funbug. Funbug was an online gaming and marketing platform that also failed and lost $3.9 million of investor money. Frustrated, Woodman then decided to take a break in 2002. He went on a surfing trip to Australia and Indonesia. While there, he was frustrated by the lack of affordable ways to capture high-quality action shots while surfing, and so he decided to take things into his own hands by sewing a wrist strap to secure a 35mm camera on his wrist. Thrilled with the shots that he took, he then decided to turn that into his next venture, and thus was born the first GoPro camera, the Hero 35mm. The early days would be challenging for Woodman. He initially sold his cameras from the back of his 1971 Volkswagen van, and by selling directly to surf shops and sports retailers, GoPro actually generated $150,000 in sales in its very first year. By 2004, GoPro had found the perfect camera to fit inside of its waterproof shell, a 35mm film camera. That year, Woodman made a significant appearance on QVC, where he then sold over 2,000 of them in under 10 minutes. GoPro ended that year with $350,000 in sales. In 2006, GoPro then introduced the digital Hero, capable of capturing 10-second videos. This marked the company's entry into the digital camera market and significantly increased its sales, with revenue touching $800,000. Social media would also be a crucial factor in GoPro's continued growth, as platforms like YouTube were on the rise and users started sharing their action-packed videos, making GoPro a household name. These videos showcased extreme sports, adventure travel, unique perspectives, and all of it quickly went viral, generating widespread interest. The distinctive fisheye POV footage became synonymous with GoPro, driving more people to purchase the cameras in order to create their own viral content. The idea of these revolutionary cameras then started to snowball. By 2007, GoPro's revenue had surged up to $3.4 million, and it was all fueled by new models and continuous improvements in camera technology. But then the turning point came in 2012 when Foxconn, a major Taiwanese manufacturing company, purchased an 8.88% stake in GoPro for $200 million, and then that valued the company at $2.25 billion. This investment would provide the capital that was needed to expand operations and then innovate further. In June of 2014, riding on its continued success, GoPro then went public with a highly successful IPO and raised $427 million. The company's stock surged, and it peaked at a valuation of over $10 billion in the next 3 months. GoPro's revenue hit a record $1.39 billion by the end of 2014, and that solidified its strong market presence. Everyone thought that it was going to be the next big thing. Following the success of the IPO, GoPro then launched the Hero 4 series, with models like the Hero 4 Black that offered 4K video capability, and the Hero 4 Silver, featuring a built-in touch display. These innovations would keep GoPro at the forefront of the action camera market. However, around this time, CEO Nick Woodman's lavish lifestyle started to become noticed, and after the tremendous success of GoPro's IPO in 2014, Woodman actually became the highest-paid U.S. executive, earning $285 million. He decided to put the money to good use by purchasing a 180-foot yacht, a Gulfstream jet, 2 mansions, and a collection of vintage sports cars. To put it all off, Woodman then donated $500 million to charity, which many had criticized at the time as being a tax-saving strategy to offset capital gains from the IPO. But the problem wasn't only Woodman's lifestyle, but the way that it began to influence the company's expenditures. Following the IPO, GoPro's operational costs ballooned. The company went on a hiring spree, increasing its employee count from 700 to over 1,600 within 8 months, and then came the marketing campaigns, the photo shoots, and other operational costs that skyrocketed and severely impacted the company's bottom line. And even though GoPro was the market leader and was commanding billions in revenue every year, the seeds of its future struggles were already being sown. Rewind to 2014, and GoPro had already stated in its IPO documents that it wanted to transform the company into a media business. The idea was to leverage user-generated content while also producing original shows and films. Now, the company had hired over 200 employees for that venture, including executives from tech, media giants like Skype, HBO, MTV, and Hulu, and at one time, it actually had more than 30 series planned to launch, with production budgets that went as high as over $100,000 per episode. Unfortunately, though, none of it all panned out or aired, and the venture failed to generate any kind of meaningful revenue, which had caused severe financial stress to the company itself. At that same time, in an attempt to embrace the new technology, GoPro launched the Karma drone in 2016. It spent nearly $96 million producing the drones in-house, but the product ended up being faulty and it became a complete disaster. Videos of drones falling out of the sky mid-flight began to erupt all over YouTube, and GoPro was forced to recall the Karma drones just weeks after the release. Although they did relaunch the product 3 months later, the damage to the reputation had already been done. Companies like DJI ended up dominating the market, edging GoPro out forever. Apart from product failures, GoPro also started facing increased competition as cheaper products entered the action camera market, while the market itself had started to stagnate. The company's financial performance would suffer as well, and in 2016, revenue fell to $1.19 billion, down from $1.62 billion the year prior. The company then reported a net loss of $419 million in 2016, and that was followed by losses of $182.9 million in 2017 and $109 million in 2018. In response to the declining profitability, GoPro then shifted its focus to direct-to-consumer sales, which allowed them to capture a higher margin. To promote sales from their website, GoPro offered their products at $349 online, while the same thing would be available at retail stores for $549. To make the deal even sweeter, they also introduced the GoPro Plus subscription service. For just $50 a year, you could get benefits like discounts on new cameras and accessories, unlimited cloud storage for footage, and no questions asked camera replacements. This model would help to improve customer retention and provide a steady income stream, complementing the hardware sales. GoPro also introduced some specialized models in order to cater to niche markets, like the Hero 10 Bones, designed for drone use, and the Creator Edition bundle, which included the flagship Hero 10 camera, a tripod, a wireless remote, an extended battery, a grip, LED lights, and it was all tailored for vloggers and content creators. It also made significant improvements in camera features, like its hyper-smooth in-camera stabilization, enhanced microphones, and redesigned user interfaces. And while the company's revenue has remained steady at approximately $1.1 billion since 2019, its profitability has improved. While the company lost $15 million in 2019 and $66 million in the pandemic hit of 2020, it did rebound and reach $371 million in profit in 2021, staying positive at $29 million in 2022, but then again went down in 2023 with a $53 million loss. GoPro's journey highlights the risks of overexpansion and the importance of focusing on core strengths. After initial success, the company made some costly failures out of hubris, such as the Karma drone and the entertainment division, which almost bankrupted the company. And while the brand has continued to survive, the jury is still out on the success of its strategic shift to D2C. That's all for today, and I hope that you liked the video. If you'd like more content like this, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.